Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Life Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Wurkkos TS11 flashlight, and I can tell you this is not designed for dumb people. This is definitely not designed for me, but I'll tell you more in just a bit. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member. Thanks a lot. A shout out to Wurkkos for sending this to me, even though I am dumb, but I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. It is a really interesting flashlight. And when it comes to EDC flashlights, I'll say this from the start, I'm a dumb flashlight guy. I want a flashlight that can work, fits into my EDC rotation or maybe an emergency pouch, and has good functionality. Now, if it takes me 1 hour to learn different functions, figuring out how to cycle between modes, and then I forget it after 5 minutes, that flashlight's probably not for me. And I'm almost terrified of those kinds of flashlights, which are very intelligent and requires all that remembering of how many clicks to do, how many holds you have to do, 2 clicks, 2 holds, jump around and stand on your head, right? I can't do all those things with a flashlight. Now, thankfully for the Wurkkos TS11, they obviously know that, and they designed a simple UI and an advanced UI. So simple, that's definitely for me in this case, and I'm going to concentrate on that because there are a lot of amazing flashlight channels who have reviewed this flashlight that can give you all those technical specs which I'm not as concerned with, and they're going to even give you tutorials on how to use the advanced UI. I'm going to stick to the simple stuff, and if you are like me, flashlight dumb, and you just want to know if this is a practical, functional flashlight for EDC or an emergency kit use, then this review is going to be for you. Alright, let's have a look at the flashlight itself. Very solidly built. It's not a big flashlight. What really makes it unique in terms of the shape is this large head, and that's because it's designed to throw, which it does really well in terms of the brightness and that functionality. But the total length is just about 3.5 inches. The head is over 1.5 inches in diameter. So very solidly built. It is definitely EDC pocket-friendly style, although it depends on your pocket. I can see this fitting into the 5th pocket, but the head would stick out. I wouldn't want to stuff this directly down into my pocket, especially if it's tight, but it definitely can fit in a pouch or kind of in a pocket that sticks out. So more on the carrying capabilities later. Let's talk about the flashlight itself. So very solidly built, great grip. Even though it's not big, you do get kind of a 3-finger grip. Nice big button for you to locate as well, and that's about it. You do have a USB port because it is running on a rechargeable battery. Now this is type C. Now one thing to note, you notice it's recessed inside, which is pretty good, so it actually protects against dust and water and stuff like that. But if you have a USB cable, just make sure the head is not really big. Like, I'll give you an example for this particular great cable. This is from Ampere, and they sent this to me previously as well when I checked out one of their products. Great cable, but the head is slightly large. You can see around the head there's kind of a collar, and that won't actually go in because it hits kind of that recessed outer casing of the flashlight. So you need to use one that fits in, not a special one. Probably this will be considered more special than the normal. And of course, Wurkkos does give you that type C to type A cable for the charging, so don't worry. But this is something to know if you have your own cable. It can't fit in if it's got that large collar around it. Now in terms of the battery, this is a Wurkkos brand battery, but it's the 18350 size. And one thing I've learned about the Wurkkos batteries, you can actually upgrade them and upgrade kind of the handle. So you can actually combine it from another flashlight to make it longer, so you've got more capacity, and that's pretty cool. So it's kind of expandable and modular. But in this particular TS11 format, you're going to get the battery of this size, and you are going to get the casing just like that. So there are O-rings here, so it is water resistance, rating of IP68, so that's pretty good. It's also got a drop rating of about 1 meter, so it is really designed for, you know, functionality and almost a bit of rough use. All right, before we actually turn this on, I'll just show you what you get. You get this box, And here you can see some of the functionality. Now, in terms of brightness, it can go up to 2000 lumens, or it can just be 1 lumen, and then you get a whole range in between. You can see the throw distance. So at its brightest, at 616 meters, and that really is a great throw. I think this is great as kind of a search and rescue EDC light you might have in an emergency kit, maybe for your car or vehicle, or if you live in a house and you've got a backyard and you might have animals always running around and stuff like that. Yeah, easy to grab at, and you can get great throw and great brightness. So some specs over there. Inside, let's see this box. I believe this is a sleeve, and then you have kind of a magnetic flap here. Remember I talked about how you can expand that modular casing so to put a bigger battery, so that's what it means there. You get some instructions, and I always find these instructions intimidating, especially, look, this is the Anduril 2 UI. And that is obviously for smart people to figure out exactly how you get to the different modes. One comment, these instructions really feature a very small print. So you really need a bright area or lit area when you read this, or maybe use a magnifying glass. Or better, look for a YouTube video which actually teaches you exactly what you need to know. You get lanyards and extra O-rings. You get that cable I mentioned earlier, and then everything fits kind of in these packaging. But overall, nice packaging, great, no complaints whatsoever. Let's get to the flashlight. Okay, so let's go to the very basic mode. To turn it on, press. Perfect, right? That's exactly what you want. Now, if you press and hold, it will actually have the stepless function where it goes through the different brightness. So it's going bright, and then if I press down, it's going down, as you can see. So I believe that's, and then to switch it off, just press that off, right? Easy. Switch it on, press on again, and if I press and hold, it's going to cycle up to the brightest. And then if I let go and I press again, it cycles down. I think this is great, simple. I'm happy, I can use it. Now, in its off position, if I double click, it's going to be bright straight away. So that's, again, not too difficult to remember. And to switch off, I just hit it once. And if I hit it once again, I'm going to get that candle light, or that 1 lumens light. You can see it's hard to see in here, but you can see it's on. And then if I just press and hold, it's going to cycle up, and you can see how bright that gets. Really different steps, but really good. And switch it off. So pretty simple, and this is the simple UI, and definitely works for me. Now, a nice functionality is the strobe functions if you want to get to it, and you hit that 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and you get a strobe function, right? But there are many different kinds of strobe functions. If you double click in the strobe function, it's going to change in terms of the pattern, in terms of the cycles, right? If I click again, you get a different kind. So this is a bright one, but it's staggered in terms of longer intervals. And then you get the idea. So you get different ones, and then you can switch it off. So I'm sure I'm losing some of you dumb flashlight people already. I can tell you, it took me probably 20 minutes to figure this out. And again, if you're a smart flashlight guy, you get this in 20 seconds. So it's about the audience. But those are basic functions. You now can cycle and get RGB different colors, and you can customize it, and I'm not going to get into that. So really talking from an EDC emergency prep kind of perspective, I like the size, and this large head does allow for the throw. Now, would I carry this as an EDC kind of flashlight in my pocket everywhere I go? Probably not at least in my kind of urban environment. In terms of the activities I do, I would probably go with something slimmer, but I definitely could see this in my vehicle pouch or any emergency pouch, a bug out bag. This is the sort of flashlight I want in terms of capabilities, from the different intensities and brightness, the small compact design, the weight. It's not heavy as well, and then you've got the strobe features, which is great for signaling and stuff. So from that perspective, I think this is good. Let's just talk about the carrying capabilities. Now, if I have a pouch like this is the Vipe V16, quite a popular pouch, and I've shown this many times. So you normally put like a flashlight, a knife, or a Swiss Army knife, because you got these pockets. Well, I can tell you, this will not fit in, as you can see. it will not fit in. It's not designed for that. Maybe this is slightly bigger. Okay, so that fits in a bit, but yeah, not too much. I think it's too big for this pouch. It looks a bit just too big. Now there's a lockout mode I should mention. If you click 4 times, it locks it so you won't cycle in and out. So another point, if you're carrying something like that, it's very easy for that to easily engage the switch. But definitely a pouch like that would not fit, right? So this is kind of an EDC pouch that you carry every day for just your general convenience and some emergency capabilities, but something like that would not fit that. However, if you have some kind of pouch you have for your vehicle or an emergency pouch for your bag, this is a Maxpedition Micro, featured it many times, very popular pouch, and also there are other brands with a similar size and format, clamshell and roughly the same size, and they get various pockets or in this case elastic bands. Now in a case like this then fits well, as you can see, and that's really nice in terms of the kit, and then of course that can close up. So from that perspective, I feel confident in a flash like that. Fits in the pouch, has that capabilities, easy to grab and easy to use. And if you want, you can also add the lanyard which they provide. So that's it. These are my thoughts on the Wurkkos TS11. Overall, I think, bearing in mind what I said about it being made for really smart people and the oversized head and in terms of that shape, but you can see awesome functionalities for the size, great specs from what I've seen from other smart YouTube channels who talk about flashlights. Overall, I think this is a really solid flashlight, and if you are looking for something for your kit, not necessarily as a pocket flashlight, definitely you want to check this out, and probably want to check out the capabilities. I've joked about, the advanced UI, but that's something you get over and you want to learn, right, from the simple and advanced to the more complex features, then definitely this offers that functionality, and I think you'd probably be happy as you can grow with the flashlight. Well, let me know your thoughts on the TS11. Do you have a similar one? Are you a dumb flashlight guy or a smart flashlight guy or girl? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.